That's why we need to talk about it beforehand.
That's true. You started singing. I like go the whole Mrs. Doubtfire thing.
You went
Yeah.
almost like Edna. Hello there.
Oh, I think it's Mrs. Doubtfire, isn't it?
Okay, sure.
Hello. Isn't that Mrs. Doubtfire?
Yeah, if you say so.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay.
I'm going to say it is, even though it might not be.
Next time, can we talk about it?
Yeah, next time talk about how we're going to...
start before.
Okay, welcome to everyone that has come along to have a listen to us.
Hello.
I'm PennyPow.
And I'm LyssaLuvCraft.
This is the PennyLysPodcast, and we like to talk about just random stuff.
And things.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, stuff and things.
Stuff and things.
Yep, that's our real niche.
Yeah, real niche. Just throw a net out there. Gather all the words that we can.
Stuff and things.
Yeah.
All together.
Just bring it all in. It's basically listen to us talk rubbish constantly. So I'm really glad of the people that do listen to this. And there's quite a few people that listen to it now that come and talk to me and say just random things and be like, God, you guys are idiots or something like that.
Oh, I get more of the, I really love what you guys talked about. And I'm like, really?
Really? Yeah. Fair enough.
Good.
Fair
and
enough.
we're back and we're here to talk about stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
So Instagram was a pretty big highlight for last week. Tell us about this week.
This week on Instagram, we did a reel.
Yeah, we did second reel.
Second reel. This is the reel that we've been talking about doing for months.
And it
months
was
and months.
Literally unreal.
It took us so long. We had to record it twice.
Yep.
It took me so long to edit it because it's almost like stop motion because it's jumping.
Yeah.
It's like us jumping.
So,
we put it on Instagram after a day of work and it has less than 100 views. It's so disappointing.
Especially because our other ones got over 3,000 views.
It got over 3,000 views and we put not much work into it.
No. We're running around taking a quick video of things.
Correct. And I barely edited it. I'm like, what do you reckon about this? Let's just put it up.
I'm like, that sounds good.
Yeah. Couldn't even hear you at the end. I'm like, it's fine. It'll be fine.
She'll be right.
And this one I put so much time into.
Yeah.
And
so this one's the one where everyone's jumping up and up in the air and they're not touching the ground.
Right.
We actually talk about this for ages.
We did.
Because this was a thing months and months and months and months ago.
Yeah, not trending audio in any way, shape or form.
All anymore.
But neither was the first one. The first one I put to Let It Snow, which, by the way, not trending audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
It was fun and it got 3,000 views.
Yeah. This one was fun-ish.
Failed.
A little bit embarrassing.
Yeah, kind of.
That's the PennyLysPodcast.
Yeah, go watch our reel.
Yeah, on Instagram. Yeah, great. Another exciting thing that's happened this week or over the last couple of weeks is your Happy Planner thing. So you've been going for Happy Planner Squad.
I applied for the Happy Planner Squad.
Yeah.
I did.
Tell us about that.
Oh, I don't even know what to tell you. The application's opened. I started my Happy Planner a year ago.
Yeah.
I started my Instagram a year ago, and all with the hope of applying.
Yeah.
And I've submitted my application. My video is on YouTube, so you can go and watch it. And we're just waiting. So the submissions don't close until Tuesday, the 26th, I think, 27th.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
And we'll wait and see what happens. So many people apply, but it was really fun. Thank you for your help in doing my video.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah. And you'd be the first Australian to get it, though, if you were to get it.
There hasn't been an Australian squad member yet. So.
I wonder if that's for a reason.
Oh, probably. There's no one here that uses Happy Planner.
Yeah. I like your reels that you put on your Instagram as well, saying it's just proving the things that I've been saying on this podcast the whole time about you with stickers and stuff.
You are the inspiration for my reels. A lot of the things on there are made up and I just channel you when I make my reels. But yes, it is a lot of fun.
Okay. So there's a few things we would like to talk about today.
Yes.
So a couple of things. But before we get into that, we'd like to do the little book of jokes update as well. We've got a few jokes that people have sent through.
Yes.
Quite a few, actually. So the book is starting to starting to bulk up.
Is it going to be a little book? Is it going to be a big book?
It's a little book full of many
Packed
jokes.
full
Full of jokes.
just to the brim
So
of jokes.
it's unexpected the amount of jokes that will be in this small
little book.
So that people will have these low expectations because it's a tiny book and they'll be like, whoa.
Jam-packed. I didn't expect that many jokes.
So many jokes.
So many jokes.
Yeah. Before we get into that, I'd like to try a new segment.
But I don't know anything about this segment.
No. When things attack. What do you reckon?
Like what things?
Okay, so I had a conversation with someone who listens to the podcast. They were late to work. Well, they weren't late. They were later than usual to work because they were attacked by something.
Like an animal?
Not an animal. You'd think an animal,
Yeah,
but
like
not an animal.
I don't know, a kangaroo or
Yeah, so this
snake or
was
something.
an electric hairbrush. It was one of those heated electric hairbrushes that twist around.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, it just chewed up their hair?
Yeah, it got caught in their hair. And they had their partner was away at work. They had to literally go next door to the neighbours to try and get them to help with it.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
I know, right? How crazy is that?
I would have just cut it out.
When things attack. Thank you
So
for the story, Moz.
Non-animal things. Should be like when electrical things attack. When
Yeah, I like my
technology.
thing. When technology attacks.
Yes.
We're
I
going to
love
get
it.
so many boomers on here now.
I can't wait.
I hate technology.
New real ideas.
Okay, let's get into little book of jokes.
Yes, little book of jokes.
Little book of jokes. Little book of jokes. Little book of jokes. Little book of jokes.
I never know how many we're going to do.
Yeah, so as I said, we got quite a few come in through today.
Come on then.
Okay, so would you like to hear a joke that I didn't get?
Yeah, that you didn't understand.
I didn't understand.
Not that you
at all.
didn't get it, because you got it. You have
Well, I got it. I have it. Yeah, I have it written
great.
down here. I didn't understand it.
Hit me with the joke.
All right.
I bet I'll get it.
Okay, so it's easier when you're saying it out loud to understand it, but I'm
All
going to
right.
read it with punctuation and all. I asked Buzz Aldrin why I wasn't allowed milk in my tea. He said, "In space, no one can. Here, use cream." Do you get it?
Nah.
Yeah, I know. I was the same way when I was reading it because that's how the punctuation goes. But how it's supposed to be said is, I asked Buzz Aldrin why I wasn't allowed milk in my tea. He said, "In space, no one can hear you scream." Yeah, so bad. It's got to be put in there, and everyone's going to be
awful.
like,
It just doesn't make any
"Whoa,
sense."
I don't understand this at all."
Okay, all right.
I don't know why I put that accent on, but
Yeah, it's a bad accent.
yeah. I don't know where that's from.
Whatever that accent segment we were doing, can that.
Can that accent, the
No
accent
more,
one. Where
no
else?
more. Yeah.
Yeah, Facebook.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that was our real idea. Okay,
Yeah.
so no. It's in the book, but it's bad.
It is bad. But
Okay.
that's
Well,
that's from Kieran on Discord.
I have an educational one
Okay.
from someone I got told at my work.
Educational ones can be a bit cringy.
Yeah, of course. Are they any more cringy than the ones that don't make sense? Who knows?
We'll find out.
So this goes out to JR,
Okay.
and his joke was, name 3 days in succession, but you can't use Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, I can't.
Yeah, it is yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Educational.
Educational. Thanks, JR.
All right, I got one more for you. So
Okay.
this is from Dowie from Twitch, and Dowie is actually your brother.
Yeah, thank you for
I just
reminding me.
Thought I'd let you know that he is your brother.
He is my brother.
And he said, "Please give me a call. I haven't heard from you for a while."
He's like, I've left this on here in hope that I hear from her.
Yeah. I never hear from her anymore. Anyway, so a lady gets on the bus with her baby. The bus driver says, That's the ugliest baby that I've ever seen. Ugh. The woman, she goes to the rear of the bus and sits down fuming. She says to the man next to her, the driver just insulted me. The man says, you go right up there and tell him off. Go ahead. I'll hold your monkey. Yeah.
Thanks, Dowie.
Yeah,
I wish you hadn't have mentioned that we were related before you told the joke.
I had to do it.
Yeah, good. Well, it's in the book.
It's in the book. Woo!
You made it.
Perfect. All right. So what do we talk about today?
Don't know.
Okay, so there's two things, and you do know because one of them's your friend. So we've got Paint the Town Red and the relation to Batman, how Batman and Paint the Town Red are linked.
Yeah.
Are you excited by this?
Lies.
It's not lies.
I do know what the other thing is.
Yeah.
And it's my friend.
It's your friend.
Long-time listener of the podcast.
People of the podcast.
Kortni.
Yeah.
Coming to chat to us.
Kortni knows true crime.
She does.
She does. So
we're going to test her.
We're going to get into that, and it's going to be glorious. Mm-hmm. But first, we're going to do the Batman thing.
Oh, yay. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, here goes. Are you ready for this?
As ready as I can be.
Are you excited to hear?
No.
Okay. Batman and Paint the Town Red. Well, you've got to be a little bit excited.
I, just so you know, really low expectations. That is going to work in your favor.
That's good. All right, let's go. I've got a lot here, so we're going to get through this. So before I get into the Batman bit, have you heard of Spring-Heeled Jack?
No.
You haven't heard of Spring-Heeled Jack?
No.
Well, this is going to be eye-opening for you. Okay, so Spring-Heeled Jack, he was a real thing. Mm-hmm. So in the Victorian era in London. So Spring-Heeled Jack was basically the first urban legend.
Okay.
Yep. So he was popularized to be like this supernatural creature, right? So you haven't heard of this?
No.
Okay. So he was basically what he was like this creeper. He came out of nowhere and attacked ladies in the middle of the night. Like they were walking through the streets.
He was like a man.
Yeah, sort of thing. So he smelled of sulfur and people thought he came from hell.
Okay.
So he would scare them by blowing blue flames from his mouth. And he'd blow them at his victims. Then he'd hold them down and start scratching at them. He had blades on his hands.
That is creepy as hell.
Yeah, he wore a big black cape and a black mask.
Okay.
It's very creepy. Is it starting to seem familiar to like the Batman thing?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so he got his name, like the Spring Jack, whatever, Spring-Heeled Jack, because when he was caught like attacking a lady once, the guy chased after him and he jumped 6 foot high onto a fence and then ran off over like the rooftops. Seeing some more parallels?
This is ridiculous.
It's crazy, isn't it? So this is in London, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, running over the rooftops. And he became hugely popular during the time and he made it into penny dreadfuls. Do you know what penny dreadfuls are?
No.
So penny dreadfuls were like the Victorian era of comic books where they used to talk about like, like fairies and all kinds
fables
of
and things
stuff
like that.
Yeah,
cool.
So later on, this was believed to be like the influences of Batman. And if you've seen pictures on the internet of Spring-Heeled Jack, he's got the cape, sort of black cape thing, and it looks like that. What do you reckon of that?
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So are you thinking I've got something here? Black Batman and red, Paint the Town Red?
No, I'm on an entirely different field. I'm going, did DC rip off Spring-Heeled Jack for Batman?
Well, truthfully, like a lot of things that are out there, like a lot of new comics, they've been influenced by some of these old stuff.
So yes, is what you're saying.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay, cool. Continue with your story.
Okay, so they obviously investigated. They can't have some one out there, you know, going and attacking ladies in the night.
Like blowing sulfur in their face.
Yeah, exactly. You can't have that.
No.
Some of them were actually badly injured, so it wasn't good.
Not good.
So they asked around about the blue flame thing and the sulfur and, you know, scientists or something. Chemists? I don't know. Someone.
There are some people. There were people.
There was people. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, they said that these scientists say that sulfur burns blue.
Okay.
Connection with the
Yeah.
whatever. So from that clue, they figured that this person had to know about like science. They had to know about the science. And so the people that were educated in those days were only the upper class kind of people.
Right.
So the person in this case would have been someone that was, you know, upper class. So
You're not boring me. I'm sorry. I'm ready.
At this point, so they'd done some investigation and the mayor actually wrote this letter to the press because they couldn't get any like proof that it was this person or anything like that.
But they had an idea of who it was?
They had an idea of who it was. And so the mayor wrote this letter to the press accusing a group of aristocrats as the culprits back in the day. So he thought they did it as like a wager, like a bet or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So the mayor thought it was Henry Beresford, who was an Irish nobleman and his group of friends. So he lived in the area at the time when Spring-Heeled Jack sort of sightings appeared or whatever. He was about 26-year-old at that time, and he was known to be a bit crazy. He was known to be going out and getting wasted with the guys, have benders with his mates, you know, and cause, you know, general ruckus.
Yeah.
So one of the famous stories of his drunken adventures is now a very, very famous saying. Mm-hmm. What saying is that?
I'm not sure.
It's paint the town red. Paint the town red.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. So what? They never proved who it was.
So they never did prove who it was. No.
Okay.
But
they think it was him.
They think it was him.
That saying was about him, and Batman is based off Spring-Heeled Jack.
Well, it's influenced by Spring-Heeled Jack, and they have. I don't think the writer has said that by itself or anything like that.
Of course, because it was completely original.
Pretty obvious, though.
Yeah. Okay. Bit of a stretch.
Bit of a stretch. It's not really a bit of a stretch. It's got a connection.
You've got a bit of a. It's a bit of a stretch.
A little bit. Do you want to hear where the saying came from?
Yes.
Okay, so the story goes, him and his mates arrived at this town, Melton Mowbray. I don't know. It's in the middle of the night after a day of drinks at the horse races, right? So
well, we've all been there.
Yeah. Big day out. They stopped at a toll keeper at a toll house. I'm imagining like a village with like walls all the way around, and then there's a ticket booth, like a circus or something to let you in. That's what I'm picturing. Anyway, they were doing upgrades to the toll house at the time. So, you know, paint, wood, nails, etc. Anyway, they were drunk as hell. Toll keeper asked them to pay the toll to get into the village. They, being drunk as hell, they just said no. And then the escapades begun.
That's it.
Well, there's more. Do you want to hear the rest?
Yes, of course I do.
Okay, cool. So they stole red paint. They nailed the door to the toll house shut with the toll keeper inside. They continued to cause ruckus throughout the town, kicked pot plants over, painting houses and doors red. They painted the market stalls red. They pulled on door knockers, annoying everyone in the middle of the night, pulled down hotel signs, painted the banks red, pasted the post office red. They even pushed a caravan with people asleep inside over. There was a few on-duty police at the time that tried to stop them. They got painted red.
No.
Yeah. So during the night, one of the gang, well, they weren't really a gang, but one of his friends was put into jail. They stole him out really quickly. It was basically a huge night on the Terps. Crazy, right?
And just an opportunist. Here's some red paint.
Yeah.
We're drunk.
Yeah.
Let's go all out.
Yeah. And this was a true story, right? This is a true story. They actually did renovations on this hotel and the inn or something there, and they found evidence of the red paint that was still on there from back in those days.
That's ridiculous.
Anyway, they sobered up, realised what they did. He paid for the damage. He was still taken to court and done a trial. He was found not guilty of riot, but he was found guilty of assault and was charged £100, which was a lot back then.
Wow. So getting drunk doesn't pay.
Apparently not.
That's what I've learned.
Yeah.
Unless you're Batman.
Unless you're Batman.
Yeah.
Which he was inspired to be.
Batman.
Yeah,
So
he's a rich dude.
So that's fun.
And he had this nighttime thing of going and causing ruckus in a black coat, potentially. It was never proved it was Spring Hill Jack. And who knows, really. The other thing that sort of goes against it is there's stories that this guy had a wooden leg. So he potentially couldn't have been Spring Hill Jack.
Yeah.
Anyway,
good.
Batman connected to Paint the Town Red. Boom. Yes.
Stretch your best.
Okay.
The next exciting part.
The next exciting part. So this is People of the Podcast. This is Kortni. This is one of Lyssa's friends.
It is. It is. And I'm super excited about bringing her on. Don't know that this is exactly what I pictured what we'd be bringing my friends on for, but that's fun.
But it's interesting.
It is interesting.
Hopefully.
I think
Hopefully it's
so.
interesting.
It is.
You tell us in the comments if this was interesting.
Let us know.
Let us know. Okay, let's call her.
Let's call her.
Let's
Great.
do this. Hopefully she answers.
Oh,
because
I
this
hope
could
so.
be awkward.
It could be really awkward.
Crossing fingers. Dun, dun.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Penny.
How are you
Welcome to
going?
the podcast.
Oh, what a surprise.
Yeah, I know, right? We're super excited to talk to you about your gift.
Yes, your special gift.
Can I just say that I am truly honoured.
I'm glad. I'm glad you are honoured.
Yeah.
It's an honouring experience being on the podcast. I would understand this.
I would love to say the reason we brought you on is you're a long-time podcast listener, as well as being a friend. Your other roles outside of listening to podcasts is a mom, a wife, a dog mom. What can you just introduce yourself as in the words of how do you think your friends would describe you?
Batshit crazy, first of all.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That kind of
Standard.
fits with what we're about to talk about.
Yeah,
Yep.
great.
I hope that would be the first thing. And then they'd probably just say that I'm really nice, I hope.
Yeah, we surveyed 6 of your friends and they didn't say that.
Oh.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't, back it up.
Yeah.
A bit steaming
Joking.
it out a bit.
Yeah.
Probably, high-functioning alcoholic.
Great. That leads a lot of credibility into the questions we're about to ask you.
Yeah. So what got you into true crime?
I actually don't know what got me into it. I'm just a bit of a freak, I guess.
Okay.
You start off slow and then that's not good enough. So you need something better and bigger, and it's just before you know it, you're really into listening to people getting murdered and
So this was
slicing to pieces and decapitated. It's just how did we get here?
it's some sort of addiction or something.
Yeah.
How long has the process been for you to become really intrigued into it?
Oh, years.
Years, right.
It takes
Years.
years for this
Okay.
training. Yep.
Good.
You can't just start.
Yeah.
No.
Gifts don't come along straight
No.
away, and you.
I want to
it
build
has
the
to
credibility.
flourish. Yeah.
Exactly. You've spent time developing this skill. All right.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so
So-
what do we got for our list?
So, first of all, before we get into it, do you have a niche or a genre? I'd be really interested in old school railroad or bank robberies. Is there serial killers, Australian stories? What's your niche in true crime?
Bank robberies.
Bank
Sounds
robberies.
boring.
Bank robberies sound exciting, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless you work at a bank.
Definitely, like, maybe like your real sickos, the ones that, like serial murderers and killers, or just the ones that, you know, just really do it because they love it, not because they're like sick in the head. Just the ones that just like, and I
For
woke
the
up and I was trying
passion.
to kill my mum, and you're like, oh, why?
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
good.
like the why for me. It's like, why do they do it? And it's like they're so normal, and then it just happens. It's like,
Just
maybe
all
it
of
could
a
happen to
sudden.
me.
Well, let's hope not, hey? Let's hope
Am I
not.
scaring you already?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a little bit
Poor
scared.
husband.
We're
He's
starting
gonna
to
Yeah.
sort of distance
This will be taken
ourselves.
through our life insurer, I'm sure, and he'll just be like, look, just can you have this podcast on hand?
Yeah, I'm just going to start to like relocate myself to a place you don't know where I am. Anyway, yes.
Okay, so what are we going to do now? What are some of the most common mistakes, I guess, from what you have seen? What are some of the most common mistakes like murderers make to sort of get caught?
Oh, just don't leave your semen anywhere.
Oh, wow.
Seriously. I don't know why, but
Just-
it just seems to be an ongoing theme.
Crazy people just leaving their semen around.
Yeah, okay. Good top tip.
Whoops, I left it there.
I mean, a lot of them are sexually motivated, but I mean,
Yeah.
aside from that, if you're being dead serious, and
Yeah.
no pun intended, I think the first thing, and this is like, regardless of whether you're innocent or guilty ever, never speak to the police without a lawyer. Even if you're innocent and you think,
Yeah.
well, maybe me talking to them will show them that I'm innocent, because a guilty person surely wouldn't talk to them. You need a lawyer always.
Yeah.
It's like 101.
Yeah, stuff can get spun the wrong way. Like they're just looking for you to trip up. And
Are there stuff that you've seen that the innocent person has been convicted?
Oh, and it happens it's so common, and I can guarantee all those people didn't have a lawyer. So even if you're innocent, the justice system is designed for you are innocent until proven guilty. So if you don't talk, they can't give you anything that makes you guilty unless there's actual evidence. So if it's just purely conversation and circumstantial and you haven't spoken, then it's a lot more easy. But also, don't kill your spouse. That's probably my big thing, because
Oh, wow.
it's always the husband. Everyone knows that. So if you're smart, just don't kill your spouse. Just get someone else to do it, because
All right.
you're like prime suspect number one already. So.
Okay.
Great
Okay.
top tips. I've already
Good
learned
tips.
a lot so far.
Yeah, I'm getting worried now, so that's good.
My husband is petrified.
Yet he has no need to be, because, you know, they would look at you, so it's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like he's actually probably in more trouble, because everyone's like, if he did die, it'd be like so obvious that it was me that it wouldn't be me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Because everyone's like, oh, poor guy, he's gonna, he's gone. It's because of Kortni. But then they're like, oh, but then that's too obvious. So
It is.
Yeah.
So who did it?
So who did it? The mystery
is.
continues.
The perfect crime.
Yeah.
So,
And then Kortni would be the one that solves it, right?
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, in regards to the perfect crime,
Yep.
so let's say I'm going to give you a scenario, and I want you to tell me what you would do. So you're living in the city, so you're surrounded by people, you're in an apartment, like small apartment, you don't have a lot of space. It's not like it's easy to get rid of a body. Let's say husband wife scenario, because you said they would most likely look at them, so I think that's a challenge. No kids or any other witnesses. You're in an argument, it gets out of hand. What do you do to not get caught?
Oh, I mean, the first thing that runs to my head is you have to get the body out in pieces, so it'd be a bit of a...
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
Straight into it.
straight into it.
No, obviously you'd make it like an accident.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be self-defense, so you'd have to injure yourself significantly.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What's the murder weapon? What's the murder weapon?
Look, I've always felt very strongly if there's no murder weapon, it's harder to get a conviction. So definitely use something that you can get rid of easily, like
Toothpaste.
This would be great. Would be to use a carrot.
Oh,
if you just like shave the carrot into a point, like if you've got the time, obviously, like carve a carrot into a real sharp, like ice pick, like pointy thing. Then you'd stab, and then you just eat the carrot.
Eat the carrot.
That's
so
great.
Easy.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Oh
that
my
is
God.
fantastic. That's a perfect crime.
I'm sorry for everyone that's sort of throwing up in their mouth at this point in time.
Well, if you don't like raw carrot, you could always cook it and it'll be soft.
Yeah,
but
that's
obviously stab them when it's hard and then cook it if you have to.
Do whatever you're going to do afterwards. That's fine.
That's fine. Whatever you got to do to eat it. Yeah. Or another thing is, no weapon or no body, no crime. So my husband knows if I get a pet pig, he's in trouble. Yeah. But pigs eat everything, so including human flesh and bones and hair and things like that. So,
wow.
I mean, that would be the easiest way to get rid of the body.
Yeah.
So Kai.
We don't have a pet pig, by the way.
So Kai knows that he's in trouble when you get a pig, not when you like use a middle name like most other people.
Yeah, I guess every marriage is different, okay, James?
Okay, sure. This is great.
Yeah, I've learned a lot so far. I'm also a little scared. But if I wanted to learn more, and I was just starting out in getting into true crime, because I don't really delve in it a lot, what are your suggestions? Is there somewhere I should go on a podcast, YouTube, Netflix? Like, where do I start?
My number one recommendation for podcasts is there's an Australian podcast called Case File, and he's an Australian podcaster. He's actually anonymous, which is also super cool because there's like obviously all the web sleuths of people that listen to these things. It's all international and they can't even find out who he is. There's like a few suspicions, but he has a beautiful like voice. It's like really smooth and dark, and it's like a Australian accent. That's really cool. And just the way he tells the stories, there's no like jokes or anything like that. It's just
dead serious.
It's all just facts and storytelling and really good journalism, but also he's also really respectful. I find it hard to listen to male podcasters most of the time, just with the way they talk about victims, especially females and women. It can feel a bit off and a bit icky. This is a bit of a weird tangent, isn't it?
It is a bit.
But the other one I love is there's one called Canadian True Crime, and she's actually another Australian lady who lives in Canada, also known as Canada. And she tells us specific ones about Canadian like serial killers and that, and they have some really fucked up people in Canada, which is awesome. Wow. There's actually one about there's actually the pig guy, the murderer who actually had a pig farm and a butchery, and he's insane. So he's a Canadian guy, so that was probably why it's my favourite too.
Yeah,
so.
the one that's your inspiration.
Yeah, I mean there's lots of lighthearted ones. Like you can listen to, there's two girls called Morbid, and one of them's like a what are the people that pull people apart, or autopsy technician?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's they're pretty funny. They're just sisters, and they're actually kind of funny, and but I like the deep dives.
Oh wow.
Well, I feel like I got a lot more out of this than I thought I was going to.
I'm feeling all kinds of emotions. There was like the highs of like laughter, and then there was the lows of I'm going to get eaten by a pig.
Yeah.
Also, I'm talking outside, like in my outdoor area where my neighbours are, so I feel like they've just learned something new about me as well, and they're probably notifying the authorities. And
there's like writing down in a book like on this day, Kortni talked about true crime. Like,
also, if I ever got arrested and they looked at my Google search history, I'd be in massive trouble anyway. So
that's like a big no-go.
It's very incriminating already.
That's a big no-go, yeah? Like, you need to just not Google stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but all mine is just like I Google, like crime scene photos or serial killers and stuff like that. Just don't Google stuff how do I kill my husband, or how do I get rid of a body, like, or
that makes sense.
Can the police see my Google history?
You have been so enlightening.
Thank you so much.
We very much appreciate every piece of advice you've given us. Thank you.
And if anyone has questions or anything like that about how to kill their partner, make sure you leave it in the comments. We'll get Kortni to sort of give us some ideas.
We'll put you in touch with Kortni and she can help sort you out.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. I'm scared now.
No, jokes. Thank you so much for taking our call, Kortni.
Yeah, we really
You're
appreciate it.
welcome.
Okay.
Have a good
Thank you.
night, guys.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
Well, that was very enlightening.
That was a lot.
That was a lot.
It was.
It was great.
It was so good.
All right, that was the podcast.
We're already done?
We are already done.
Oh,
We're finished.
another week.
Another week. Gone.
But
Done and
we've more to
dusted.
talk about.
What even episode are we up to?
This is
what
4.
even episode?
This is 4.
Yeah, this is 4.
Yeah. Oh, I just had more to talk about.
Yeah.
We'll save it for the next one.
Okay, that sounds like a fun time.
Yeah.
So what are we going to talk about next week then?
Well, I really want to look into the Catch-22 thing.
Okay, it's been a while since we talked about it.
Yeah,
So
I just want to know.
yeah.
I just want to know.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So we'll find out.
I would like to know as well.
Then you're going to know. I'm
Then
going to tell
we'll
you.
both know.
Then we'll both
and then
know.
everyone
Everyone will know.
No, yeah. We're going to do some more jokes. So submit your jokes. Get on
Yes.
Instagram. Send us a DM.
Please, I
Email
wanna know
us.
your jokes.
Go to Discord. Submit your jokes. In Discord, there's a little section called Book of Jokes. You just put your joke
Mm-hmm.
in there. It'll disappear after a while, so we can surprise you on the podcast. It'll be glorious.
Then we have it, and it's not yours any longer. It goes in the book.
It will be yours because your name will be on
no,
it.
No, it
on
goes
the
in the
book.
book. Goes in the book. It's no
There's a
longer
little
yours.
book of jokes.
It's now ours.
Yeah, so that's cool. And
Yep.
I also have another interesting thing that I'd like to talk about. It sort of came from smells and government conspiracies and a bomb created to try and make sex happen.
Oh, no.
I know, it's crazy,
Well,
isn't it? Who would
Look
have
forward
thought?
to that.
Who would have thought that all of that came together?
We're going down a rabbit hole, guys.
Oh, there's a rabbit hole. It's covered. So that was pretty exciting.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. Thank you so much to everyone that is listening. You guys are the best. Thank you to Patreon. If you'd like to support us or you like what we do, it helps us tremendously, all the Patreons that are on there, and get your name at the end of the podcast on the little, what do you call it? The words that come up on the YouTube.
At the end.
Yeah.
With the words.
The words.
And then
you can't
at the end
see
of a-
it.
like at the end of a movie.
Yeah.
Like when you're waiting for the-
title. No, the subtitle. No,
No.
the words.
Guys, if you know what
Yeah.
it's called, can you tell us what it's
Yeah.
called?
Oof. This is bad. Thank you so much, Patrons. You are amazing. Thank you for your support. Make sure you like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff, and check out.
Go
our
look at our
Instagram.
reel on Instagram.
Yeah.
Please.
We feel so
Look at
bad.
our reel.
It's actually rubbish, but anyway.
We put so much work into it. Go look at our reel.
Yeah.
Or like chat to us.
Yeah.
So we're on the PennyLysPodcast at Instagram. We'd love to chat to you.
Okay. Thanks for sticking around. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.